What's going on, guys? Darth back in Queensblade Limit Break, and we are going to go over yet some more changes that they have made to the Ultimate Summoning. That's right, more. They continue to process the feedback that went out on the surveys and make changes. I don't remember the game coming down, but then again, I was off watching TV, eating ice cream sandwiches, as well as doing push-ups at the same time. So they made further changes. Let's go in and let's just take a look. Actually, they made a change. Let's just cover one change they already made. If you don't know, to make it more rewarding for spending money on Ultimate Warriors, they kind of have this limited time mission, which is kind of the equivalent to Pity System for normal Arriving Summons. The more pearls you spend, the more shards you can get. Keep in mind that it's 100 shards to form any Ultimate Warrior, which I think that should be lowered down to 50, but hey, that's just me, right? But keep in mind the term shards as we go through these changes. Let's just go to take a look at the email because I think they made this live update in the game. Changes to the summoning. These, keep in mind, these are actually live in game. I think they did this with the reset this morning. I just haven't been able to cover it. Added an EX gear pack. They actually made more changes than just adding an EX gear pack, which is generally already in the game anyways, but we'll take a look at that. They changed the items used for ultimate spicy poses. Preeminent pearls actually are being moved spicy tickets, so you don't waste your pearls. Basically, we'll take a look at that. You can now use your spicy tickets. They've separated the spicy pose summon attempts from the rankings, which was never an issue because it was all one package anyways, so it didn't really matter. That's not really a change, G1, 2, 3, WTF to that. Now, what does that mean in reality? Okay, first, there's a couple of disclosures here. One, this isn't going to affect the majority of the player base because the majority of the player base isn't necessarily going to get, nor are they going to generally pay to summon for Ultimate Warriors. They're just not worth it, and no matter what they've done over the last few weeks, they are still not worth it. The fish is still more powerful than any of the Ultimate arrivals that we can have so far. And that includes Vesper, by the way. Got more coming on that in the future. But let's go take a look at the actuality of the changes. Okay. First of all, when you summon with these pearls, they've basically separated it between Spicy and Ultimate. Ultimate used to be under one package. When you summoned, you had a fixed chance to get the Ultimate Warrior, which is very low, or spicy shards or ultimate essence shards. They've removed the essences, and actually I need to go check and see if they've messed up my current. Okay, so essences used to look like this when you summon. When you can basically burn them to either get warrior shards or EX gear shards, allowing you to get EX gear if you've already had the Ultimate Warrior. Now, if you have these, I would go through and spend them because they are no longer essences in the game. When you summon, you now summon for one of the other, either the Beautiful Warrior or the Spicy Summons. We'll take a look at the Spicy Summons in just a second, but let's go over the loot table down here. Again, nothing's changed. For every $10 you spend, you get one pearl. Big deal. Still not worth it. These packs have kind of changed a bit. They value 50 pearls at $100, 100 pearls at $200, which I want to slit my throat because my girl actually have paid for a couple of these for me. They've actually lowered it from 4 down to 3. You used to be able to buy 4, so $800. I'm just the PSA right now, G123, if you're listening, which you claim you do watch my videos, even though you're not sponsoring me. When this was 4, if you're going to spend $800 on pearls, that should be able to buy you a 12-star version of the Warrior, hands down, flat out, no questions asked. This is why I'm encouraging all of my subscribers, all 150 of them, to not spend money in this game anymore. It's not worth it. WTF to that. They've added an EX gear pack. So they've removed the EX gear from those spicy essences that I've shown you. Effectively, let's take a look at this, the loot table. They've removed it from the loot table as well, and they've moved the EX gear to a buy-only option, which matches all the other EX gear out there, guys. EX gear is currently bought. It's not generally earned, with one exception, and that's Alina's, who is added to the marketplace, the Pearl shop, which is also the, well, okay, so it is pay, because pearls can only be obtained by buying. So EX gear has been removed from the essences, and you no longer have the option to get those, okay? Leaving only warrior shards for your pearls. So they've separated the spicy. So let's take a look at the summoning here. They've gotten rid of the spicy. You can't get the spicy from here at all, but they've added 2 other items. The orange plushies, which, if you haven't seen my video uploaded on Pets version 1, the updated Pets guide, go check it out. Totally not worth it. Also meaning that this 1% chance here, they're overvaluing pets currently. Pets are not worth it. They have no business being in this loot table, nowhere near this loot table. And quite frankly, neither do the spicy tickets, regardless of separating this to use these to summon the Ultimate Warrior spicy pose. Now, you have a 24% chance then, compared to some of these other chances, these 10% and 5%, theoretically, you should be able to get the spicy shards. I mean, the Ultimate Warrior shards, to get 100 of them to fuse. Now, let's take a look at the old loot table, okay? 24.95% chance to get the essences, which is right here. Okay, these essences, keep in mind, used to give you the option to get the warrior shards or the EX gear. You had 11% chance to get the spicy pose shards, and 50 spicy pose shards summoned it. You could also get the EX gear, but everything else remains basically the same. So theoretically, you should still be able to get quite a few of the shards to summon for the warrior that you have. Now you add this to the ranking rewards, assuming you get over 1,000 points, and also the limited time missions, you would think that you'd be able to get an Ultimate Warrior. And for some reason, even at 24%, you're still not going to get a lot of the ultimate shards. So I don't think that this loot table helps anybody. They dropped the 6-star Warrior Soul down from 1% to 0.99 in favor of the plushie. Again, I don't know what a 6-star Warrior Soul is doing here. Actually, I do. So when you level up an Ultimate Warrior, it takes nothing but 6-star and above warriors. The amount of 5-star that a normal warrior takes to level up, it takes just as many 6 stars to level up an Ultimate Warrior. You need a ton of them. So I know why it's here, but I still think that for pearls, this loot table sucks. You need to get rid of EX and gold. You need to update some of these rewards. Okay, for the amount of hassle that pearls actually pose, these enhancing crystals, these 50 needs to be 500. If you're going to waste money on ultimate pearls, 500. Get rid of gold and XP. You can be gotten elsewhere. Don't need them. Update these rewards. 1,000 runestones? Really? This needs to be 5,000. 500 blessed dust. This needs to be 3,000. Okay, I'm sorry. The rewards just are not here. Let's take a look at the spicy summons, okay? They did separate these. You can now use your spicy books. Do not do this unless you have a Ultimate Warrior, okay? And even then, I feel sorry for anybody who burns their books here. Now, the one caveat to this, if you saw my Ultimate Vesper video, is that the spicy summons do not currently require a sacrifice of the Ultimate Warrior for the first 2 spicy levels. So you can just directly do the first 2 spicy levels without a sacrifice of the warrior. They did add a spicy new pack, though. Look at this. $50 for 40. Get out of here. $100 for 80 and $200 for 140. These are meant for whales, obviously, but get out of here with these prices. Are you out of your damn minds? Anyways, here's the loot table. The new loot table for just summoning. Okay, 10% to get a shard. That's 1% less to get the shard than it was on the original loot table. But these other rewards still need to be updated. This loot table, by the way, is no different than a normal spicy summons, which is outdated, by the way, as well. This, again, the 6-star Hero Soul, I wish they would add 7, 8, and 9s, but this 1-star 6-star gold red gear needs to be gotten out of here. Minimum, if you're going to spend premium currency, this needs to be a minimum of 5-star. That's just my take on it. And you need to still get rid of XP and these shards. They can be gotten elsewhere. Just get them out of here. Anyways, guys, that is just an update on some of the changes that they made. Again, this is not going to affect majority of players, but it's the mindset. It's the mindset that they have that translates into other areas of the game that free-to-play and low spenders actually experience as well. It's a collective mindset that any gacha game, not just this game, any gacha game has. Where you are, but I do have an Ultimate Warrior, and I do feel like I've been slighted. Like with this whole limited time mission, they released this just after I pulled for Vesper, and I think that I'm owed something for releasing this update that close to a summon. You do not release something like this in the middle of or after a summon. You do it before somebody summons. G123 has got to do a better job of taking care of their game and being more mindful of their players. So that's just a few changes. Let me know what you think in the bottom. Not just of the loot pool table being updated, but the rewards that are here. Do you think it's going to be easier to get Ultimate Warriors? Not that it matters. And same thing with the Spicy Pose. How do you feel about these books? I can tell you right now, people coming in here thinking that they're going to get the Ultimate Warrior Spicy Pose, it's still going to take you hundreds and hundreds of books, trust me. Even at this 10% rate, hundreds of books to go through it. I don't even think anybody who's a whale would look at this and say, no, that's a good deal. Anyways, that's it for the update on the current changes. Sound off in the comment section. Like, comment, and most importantly, if you're on the fence about subscribing, maybe just hit the subscribe button. Turn off the notifications if you don't want to be bothered. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.